Hi folks, Rob Helene with a live trading update for July 23rd, 2013. Just thought it would take an opportunity to show you guys how I like to trade. Many of you may already know if you've seen me on FX Street before, but many of you maybe seen me for the first time or lost touch with what I've been up to, but I'm changed my sort of style, my way of trading in the last little bit, so thought I'd literally do an entire trade planning session or some analysis and trade planning very quickly to show you how I like to trade, and maybe we can follow up in the next day or two and see how we went. Now, I like to use, if you're wondering, I like to use a combination of human trading input, and that's my analysis and trade planning, and I like to mix that up with a little bit of automation to do the execution for me. And the main reason is most of the time when I like to be in trades, I'm not actually in front of the computer. We're off sleeping or doing other activities. So let me go through maybe all the pairs I like to look and trade plan and analyze, and then we can I'll show you how I like to set things up. Now, I've got the Aussie Yen here. I'm just going to go through all the pairs basically in the order I have them on my MT4 terminal, nothing special. Okay. I generally always like to pull out to a daily chart first, something like that, and just get the bigger picture of what's going on. And I really don't go below a 4-hour chart much, maybe just to see specifically sort of entries and things on 15-minute charts. 15-minute charts pretty much my trigger for my entry. But I do like to start in a long-term chart, and when I look at this Aussie Yen here, I sort of see quite a bit of sort of sideways action. So I'm not really going to try and make a trade out of that. Okay, just very simple. If we look at this big sort of uptrend here, price is definitely deciding whether we're going to head on this way, or are we ready to maybe break below and continue in that direction. And so I'm just going to sit on my hands for a while and basically wait for the chart to give me direction and then build a trade plan later. Okay, so are we waiting for something like this, price to pop up and okay, we'll pull back and we'll continue that and see what happens, or price is going to come and break below our little range here, and hopefully we'll get something like that, and we'll see if we can continue that to the downside. That's as simple as that. I've looked at that pair today. I'm not going to look at it again, and time to move on. Okay, so literally a minute's analysis and I'm done. Okay, now Aussie dollar is a little bit more interesting, and I'm going to try and give you you guys a few educational tidbits along the way here. Definitely, possibly forming some little bottom here. Okay, in terms of price action, definitely getting, this is daily chart, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, pull back, broke a high, sort of double bottom, and now maybe, looking to do something like this. Okay, now this is where a lot of traders, here's the educational tidbit, and this is happening on a lot of charts right now, so we'll cover it off while we're here. This is where I think a lot of traders get confused, because they're not sure, they doesn't take much analysis experience to realize that, maybe we could come up here and do something like that. Okay, and let me just change color. Or maybe we could do something like this, pop up here, come down and do that. I used to get asked this question all the time. Which way is it going? Well, the honest answer is I have no idea. Okay, so it's up to you to make the trade plans where you see fit. No one's really right, no one's really wrong. Okay, what's going to happen is potentially is you could be up here, so price could pull up back up here. You could build your trade plan to short. Thank you, you short, get a little fundamental news, come out and bang, thank you very much, off we go. Okay, likewise in the opposite direction. So sometimes when I look at this, it looks sort of slightly range bound where we are. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably wait for this sort of area up here to break, and then hopefully look for something like that. And it's been in a big fat downtrend for a long time, so maybe we're going to head back up to this sort of region up here before we're going to get some further shorts, and that's what I would probably be banking on. But then let me just go to a 4-hour chart and show you something. Then again, if we came up here maybe in the next few days, so this sort of 4-hour chart looking at the same thing, but we're up here and the 4-hour sort of came up and did a sort of, hello, how you doing? Oh, I'm actually going to head down for a little bit. Well, I'd be very tempted in that sort of trade there, taking something like that as well. Okay, so it's sort of where you are at the time and maybe what you're looking at the time. I'm not going to build a trade plan right now, but those are the sort of possibilities you could be looking at on the Aussie dollar. Basically just not showing full direction right now. Okay, pound yen, on the other hand, to me, is maybe showing a little direction. Okay, maybe getting a sort of longer term continuation in this direction here. Okay, with this latest sort of daily uptrend. So I'm going to be quite happy to build a trade plan here on the pound yen to see if we can get a pullback and try and long that. Okay, so what I usually do is I just hop into something like my 4-hour chart, and I mentioned I use automation. I just got a script here that I put on my screen, and I just drag it's a green box I want to buy. Okay, and that's my trade plan, guys. I just look for, basically what I'm looking for is the 4-hour chart to maybe just get a bit of a pullback into a zone, and I'm looking for this. Okay, I'm going to continue that to the long side. A little bit like what we've got here, but I want it to happen again in here. And what I look for is when I get into the green box, I can even just go down to the 15-minute chart and show you, I'm going to be looking for a 15-minute change of trend. So hopefully in the next 24 hours, I'll be hoping for a 15-minute chart to come down in here, give me some sort of change of trend pattern, and off we go. And my little EA that I'm running here is going to grab it and run it for me and manage my trade even while I'm not looking or sleeping or whatever. Okay, this is how I like to trade, just trying to be more efficient with time. So that's what I'm hoping for, and that's my trade plan done. Okay, so in a matter of minutes, covered off a few pairs and moving on to the next one. Euro yen looks sort of similar. Okay, I don't get put off, by the way, while we're here. I don't get put off with this sort of double top stuff up here. Okay, now if you're a double top type trader and you think it's a sell up there, good for you, go for it. No problem whatsoever. I like the fact that we've found support down here on this nice sort of trend, and on the daily chart we're sort of zigzagging our way up. So like the pound yen, I'm going to look for something like that. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for our friend the euro yen to pull back, and off we go. Now you might notice I'm not too finicky about exact levels of support and resistance, because I basically use price. Okay, I'm looking for a change of trend and price, and that sort of acts as my support and resistance here. I'm looking for price to come back into my zone, change trend, and off you go. So I'm not looking at a specific pivot or psych level or EMA or combination, EMA cross, anything. I'm just looking for what I call a fractal change of trend on a smaller term time frame. So a 15-minute change of trend in this box here to give me my confirmation. And once I'm in the trade, go manage it. And by manage it, move, once I get up to my break-even level, move my stop to break-even, and then I've got the option of managing it manually or later on, or it can trail and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking for. Euro, sort of mixed bag right now. It's got a sort of a bit of a summer look to it, if I'm honest. Um, Struggling to sort of find some long-term direction, and I'm in no panic to trade this. At some stage, it's going to go on a little run somewhere. Right now, I'm just going to leave it. I think this would be an option. I don't think it's as good a quality as some of the other trades, but right now I'm just going to leave it, and we'll just see how it goes in the next few days, and maybe build a new trade plan then. Kiwi dollar looks a little similar to the Aussie. I think it's a little more definite where it's going. Low, higher, low, higher, low again with some sort of little wiki but higher highs. So I'm going to basically build a trade plan, and I'm just going to give this a little long. Okay, now if I'm just to let you know, if I'm wrong, and maybe this scenario happens. Important thing in trading is when you are wrong, and you're going to be wrong a lot, don't just be a deer in the headlights. You got to replan. So if I pull back and I try to long, and it does something like this, so I could maybe take a loss somewhere in here, or a break even, whatever. I'm just gonna. I was drawing another color for you here. I'm just going to be replanning in this direction. Okay, obviously this is a good area of resistance up here longer term, and so I'll just be looking to replan and look to continue the short side. Okay, it's got a couple more pairs to go here, guys. Kiwi Yen tracking up again, so I'd be more than happy to build a long trade plan here, and off you go, just trying to get a run up off this longer term support. Looks like we're getting quite a bit of yen weakness. So once again, just build myself a quick trade plan, and off we go. Now, if you're wondering about the height of the box is the pip range. It's got to change trend, so it's got to touch the box or go into the box and change trend, otherwise it doesn't take a trade. And the width is the number of hours. So you'll see I've got quite a number of, this is 128 hours across. I'm giving it a good few days to sort of come back and pull back. Okay, so this is how I trade plan, remember. I just get into I build my trade plans, and then I just walk and go and get on with my life. Okay, now this looks very intriguing. This CAD, and I'm a bit of a fan of the CAD, unlike a lot of people. Sort of big trending up, and suddenly boom, 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 a big trending down. So technically this is looking a little bearish. Okay, so I'm going to be building a trade plan to the short side, something along those lines, and looking to continue this short. Okay, so getting a little continued US dollar weakness. Okay, so I can build a trade plan on any chart here, any time frame, doesn't matter. And obviously it needs a tick to do its thing. But I'll be waiting for a change of trend back to that zone, and we'll see how we go. And pound looking quite bullish to me as well, just with this new sort of lease of life up here, especially off this sort of long-term double bottom. So maybe longer term we're looking at something like that. That would be nice. So going to build a long trade plan on that one. Hopefully later in the next day or two we're going to get a little trade in there. And Swissy sort of looking obviously similar to the euro in reverse, and I think I'll just leave the Swissy for now as well and see what's going to come of it in the next in the next few days. That's pretty much it, guys. I can give you another update. If you want to continue seeing these sort of trade planning analysis videos, please let me know. I'll put my social media details at the end, or you can reply through FX Street or whatever, and I'll keep them coming. But that's how I like to trade, guys. Literally 10 minutes, trade planning done, go get on with my life, and let technology take over and do all the real work for me. Hope you guys have a good trading day, and we'll talk to you later.